Bays and besties, while I'm out here giving y'all tips on speaking to your ancestors, see what I mean about they just tell me stuff whenever they want to, no matter how I look, they don't care. Anyway, there's a few different ways you can differentiate between your guides, ancestors, and spiritual team. You want to figure out what is best for you. You want to speak to your spiritual team directly through meditation, through signs and synchronicities. Like, we can just speak to them. We can speak to them telepathically. We can speak to them out loud. We can speak to them in our mind. We can speak to them in writing, through symbols. We can speak to them through water. There's a number of mediums that where we can get our fire, we can get our messages to them. The way that you hear and differentiate the messages that come back to you is a little different. So first off, you can differentiate by smells. Whenever my grandmother comes around, I smell things that I associate with her. Just certain things. There were certain things that just make me think of my grandma. Certain smells that I have, certain foods, things like that. My older cousin who passed away when I was like an adolescent, he has a very playful and youthful energy because he died in his 30s. So he plays with lights. So whenever my lights are flickering, or whenever my kids are giving me messages, it can come through him or my grandmother. My grandfather on my mother's side has a very authoritative presence. My grandfather was in the military, so when he comes around, typically I see military things. Everything about the military starts popping up for me, so that lets me know right now my grandfather's probably around, because in the last couple of days I've been hearing, speaking, and talking a lot about the military. Muhammad Ali has been popping up a lot lately too, and my grandfather resembles Muhammad Ali to me, and he has that same independent fighting spirit. So there is just different ways that you can tell. Also, when I go outside, like certain times in the morning, if I'm outside in the morning between 3 and 6 a.m., there's a certain smell. It's a certain smell outside that I smell, and when I smell that smell, I know all of my ancestors are around, like all of them, like gang gang. And then I'll know because I'll see a flock of birds, and typically I can tell how many of my ancestors are with me because of how many birds are in the, whatever you call it, when birds, a gaggle of birds, I don't know, whatever it is when birds flock and it's a bunch of them. I think it's a gaggle. But anyway, so yeah, there's a few things, and it's other ways that you can know and tell, but those are just the beginning ways, and I hope that helps. Don't second guess yourself. When a door shuts, when a light flicks, when you smell something out the blue, sweet potato pie or a meal that somebody used to make, or a certain drink or flowers, I always am my Orishas. I'm a daughter of Oshun, so I know when she's around, like yellow be popping, lemons.